This week we'll be learning about the CRM, or Customer Relationship Management module, in your XpanZion enterprise platform. The CRM feature allows you to establish your sales process, track your opportunities, make notes, and select your next activities so you can get reminders to take the next step in your sales process so you can efficiently convert leads into customers. This week I'm going to be showing you 2 ways that you can get leads entered into the beginning of your sales pipeline. The first way is if somebody would come to your website and fill out your contact form. I'll show you what happens with that and then what you can do once it's there. The next way would be is if you get a business card. If you go to a networking event or just out and about, somebody hands you a business card and you decide that this is an opportunity that you'd like to follow up with, we can enter it directly into the contact card and set it as an opportunity right from there. And I'll show you how that works. So let's get started. I'm going to set up my share screen and get us over to this one where I've got the idsp.net website up. And this is our contact page. So I've pre-filled out the form and I'm going to click the send button. And then when that loads, it'll come back and it'll say your message is sent successfully. So now I want you to go up in the black bar in the upper left where it says website, click on that, and near the top is sales. So come down and click sales. So then when your sales page loads, look over here on the left side. Near the top is leads. So let's click on leads. And we see the very top one is Bob the Builder of Albuquerque. So this is the one I just filled out. I put this information in. Let's click on that one. And we see here that you've got a phone number and you've got an email address. So you've got a couple ways that you can contact this lead and qualify them. And if you decide that this is an opportunity worth pursuing and you'd like them to go into the front of your sales pipeline, go up here in the upper left where it's got a big blue button that says Convert to Opportunity. So let's click Convert to Opportunity. Now this card opens and we're going to say Convert to Opportunity. I can set the salesperson right here, pick myself, and we know that this is a website sale, so let's click that. And we can go down here and do Create a New Customer. Let's create opportunity. All right, so now that we've done that, next thing I want you to do is go back over on the left side, a couple more down from leads. See your pipeline? Click your pipeline. Now this is the Kanban view. Got on the upper left here a couple different ways you can view it. The one with the 4 boxes is what we're looking at. You can look at it in list view. This is form view, but we want the Kanban view. And we see that the couple filters are set up here. So we got direct sales as a filter and my opportunities as a filter. Let's close direct sales because we know that this was a website sale. So there we see the card. Now in this view, the first thing I want to point out is this gear. It doesn't show up if you're not hovering over it, but if you hover, there's the gear button. And the first thing under the gear is fold. So this will collapse your column, so you can collapse all the columns if you would like to save some space. You can click on the column again and it will expand it back open again. Also, under the gear, we have the edit button. So if you click the edit button, this will allow you to rename the column to be anything you want. We've named our columns to be the 5 elements of hard selling. And you can set yours up. You know what it takes to convert somebody from an opportunity into a customer. So whatever stages are involved in that, set up the stages and name them what they need to be named. So I'll discard that. Also, I want to point out these columns, you can drag and drop these columns. So maybe this one, you want it in the second position. You can put it there, move it anywhere. But ours is the first position, so I'm just going to leave it over here in the first position. Get it on the other side of Earth. There we go, first position. Another thing I'd like to point out is all the way on the right here is a column that says add a new column. If you click on that, it's got a place to put a name, so we could even just say new and add. And there we have a new column. And maybe you want that to be first position or any position you would like. You can move that around. I can go into the gear and delete it because I don't need that one. I just wanted to demonstrate. Another thing I'd like to point out is the plus button. Every column has got the plus button on it as well. If you click that, you're going to be creating a new opportunity right here on the fly. So I could type in new opportunity and click add. And there a new card shows up. And again, you can drag this card to any column you want. The goal is to move the card to the right and get them to be a paying customer. On the card, we have 3 stars down here, so you can set priority levels, whether it's 1 star, 2 stars, or 3 stars. It will sort the 3 stars on the top of the column, so you can have priorities on who you want to follow up with first. There's also the 3 lines here that is another menu. Under that menu, you can set colors. So maybe you want to go with a certain color for a certain type of opportunity. You can categorize all your opportunities and make it easier to see which ones are which. So now if we would click the card, that's going to open up the form view for this opportunity. And we see here we have dollars and percentage. So this is for cash flow and revenue projections. So you can set the amount that the deal is going to be worth, and you can set the probability that the deal will happen. And that will help for your accounting projections. Upper left here, we have the edit button. So let's click on edit. And the first thing I want to point out is next activity. So we can select from a pull down here, next activity. We've got some options. So let's say we want to select call. We want to call this opportunity, and then we click here, it's calendar. So when are we going to call? Let's pick, say, next Tuesday. And our goal in that call is going to be to set a meeting. And then we also have the expecting closing date. So again, this is going to tie into expected revenues. So let's say we expect to close this deal the end of July. If we scroll down a little further, we have this messaging down here with a blue button that's got new message. If we click the button, this gives us a field where we can enter any information about this opportunity, keep notes. And it also has a box right above it. If you click the box, it's also going to send this note to the opportunity, to their email address. And then over here on the right side, it's got this following button. So this is for your business. If you have multiple salespeople or multiple sales teams, anybody can follow a certain opportunity, and when something gets updated here, they'll get a notification about the update so they can keep up on what's happening. So let's save this opportunity form. I also want to point out up here that we have meeting and quote. We're not going to get to quote today. We're going to save that for the accounting training. But I do want to show this meeting. So say we made that phone call next Tuesday, and we're going to set a meeting. Right here, it gives you access to the sales calendar. So we called on Tuesday, say we set the meeting for Thursday. So let's click on Thursday the 31st. That gets us into the week of the 31st. And let's say we thought 10 in the morning on Thursday. If we click right there, we've got a meeting. And we can create the meeting or edit and put more details, but if we click create it, you have the ability to just drag it down. Say we want to make it an hour, so it's 10 to 11 o'clock. You could even drag it to another day if you want to. And so by setting it like this, everything that you put into your CRM, as far as meetings or next activities, these will pop up as desktop notifications to remind you what to do at any given time. So the next thing I want to point out is back over here on the left menu. Let's go to the next one down from your pipeline, which says Next Activities. Click on Next Activities. So you see here, this is what we just set. Our next activity is a call. So this will be a list of all of your next activities in the order of the dates. So most current on top with the ones later further down the list. So that covers how, if somebody fills out your contact form on your website, how you get them into your pipeline. The other part I wanted to cover is directly entering a contact into the contacts portion of the expansion platform. So I'm going over here, right next to sales to the left is contacts. So click on contacts, and that will open up all your contact cards. Last week we covered how to enter a contact, so I won't recover that. I'm just going to do a search for Bob and see if I can just find one of my cards. And I will use, I don't want to use this one because I see there's a calendar event and a star rating, so that's the one that we just did. But I think I have another one here, something else I signed up for in our database, so let's use this card as an example. So when this contact card opens up, I want to point out these tabs down here at the bottom of the contact card. Some of them have Z's next to them. We call these Z features. These are custom modules that we've written for the expansion platform. And the one I want to focus on is opportunities. So if you click on opportunities, and then we have to click the edit button. So on the upper left is the edit button. Click edit. Now that we're in edit mode, we see that we have add an item under opportunity. So if we click that, clicking add an item, it opens up and it comes with the name already. It's the only mandatory field. Mandatory fields are blue, and it can put in any information that you like. It's even got the star rating. You can select right here which category in your sales pipeline it's going to go to. So we see it's default in the very first position. You could go in the second under more. You can pick any of the categories that are within your pipeline. We're going to stay with the very first one. So let's click Save and Close. So there we see it saved the opportunity in this Opportunities tab on your contact card. We also have to click Save one more time. So we'll save the contact card with the opportunity in it. So now that we've done that, let's go back to the top menu in the black here, and let's go to the right of contacts back where sales is and click on sales. And we're going to go on the left side back to your pipeline. So click on your pipeline. And this is the card right here. So this shows another way that you can get opportunities entered into the front of your sales pipeline.